Hi, I'm Laurie Rodriguez, and this is Let It Be Said, You Are a Loved Child. We've been talking this week about Asaph and Psalm 73, where he's looking out at the rich and the cruelty of the rich, of these certain people he's looking at, and he's wondering, why are they prospering and I'm not? And we've seen that, where are your eyes? That our eyes need to be on God, not on man. And he's finally going into the sanctuary. He's finally going to God to find out, to get his answers. Where do we get our answers? Our truth and our answers are in Jesus, are in the Word. So when you're questioning things, it's okay. It's okay for us to question. It's okay for us to even look around. But we need to end up looking up, and we need to end up not leaning on our own understanding, but leaning on God's understanding, because he's going to direct our path and he's going to give us answers. So Asaph has now gone into the temple of God, and this is 73, 18 through 22. And he says, truly, God, you put them on a slippery path and sent them sliding over a cliff to destruction. What does Proverbs 16:18 says? It says, a haughty spirit goes before a fall. Pride goes before destruction. Proverbs 16:18. So he's finally getting into the Word. He's finally understanding. In an instant, they are destroyed, completely swept away by terrors. They're not as great as they look. And as he went into the temple, understanding came into him. God's understanding came into him, and he said, they're on a slippery slope, and they're sliding over a cliff. He's seeing that if they don't change their ways, they're sliding into destruction. And so he's somewhat settled in that. He says, in an instant they are destroyed, completely swept away by terrors. When you arise, O Lord, you will laugh at their silly ideas. What was their silly ideas? They said, what does God know? Does the Most High even know what's happening? God's going to laugh at that, because he knows what's happening and he knows everything. As a person laughs at dreams in the morning, that's what God's going to do. He's going to laugh, because dreams in the morning are what? They're nothing. They come to nothing. Everything that these guys say about God, when it's negative, it comes to nothing. Then I realized that my heart was bitter. I like Asaph. He's very honest. And I think it's really honest to say, I realize that I'm jealous. I realize that I'm comparing. I realize that I'm bitter, that I have unforgiveness. When we come to the place of realizing what we have, we can change, and God will change us. But that's so good. He was so honest. I realized that my heart was bitter, and I was all torn up inside. Why? Because he was looking out. He wasn't looking up to God. But God is also healing him. Let God heal you. Let God heal me. When we come to God honestly and say, God, man, I realize that I'm whatever it is. And then we can really begin to change, because when I acknowledge it, then God's going like, good, I needed that, Laurie. Now let's heal it. And he's willing to heal it. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. I mean, we begin to have abundant life when we are honest with ourselves and with God. I was so foolish and ignorant. This is him talking. I love this. I was so foolish and ignorant. I must have seemed like a senseless child to you. He's talking to God, and he's saying, like, I must have seemed so senseless. How many times have I seemed so senseless to God? And yet I was honest with him, and I told him how I felt. Like, oh, I can't believe you're letting this happen. You're letting this person get away with this. I can't believe that you're not moving faster in my life. And like all these things that I can say, the things, just be honest. What are you saying to God or to yourself, and not even being honest with God or yourself? Like, take the time to be honest and saying, like, I can't believe that you haven't moved in my children's life faster. I can't believe that person, that neighbor, they're so rude and mean, and they're just like, that you haven't changed them or moved them. But God, change me. Change my attitude. Help me to be part of bringing my children closer to you. There's so much more that we can do as we go to God. He said, I was so foolish and ignorant. I must have seemed like a senseless child to you. Yet I still belong to you. I love this. You hold my right hand. You belong to God no matter where you're at. And he's holding your right hand. He loves you so much. He's saying, like, be honest with me. Laurie, be honest with me. Bring your misconceptions to me and your lack of understanding and lean on me. Don't lean on your understanding, lean on me, and I will direct your path. I will make you whole. I will make you healthy because I love you. And as he's holding our right hand, he's walking. We're walking with him. What a great thing to walk with Jesus, holding his hand and knowing that we can be honest with him. I'm ignorant. I'm foolish. I've been bitter. And he's going like, but I love you, and let's work through these things. I'm Laurie Rodriguez, and this is Let It Be Said. You are a loved child of